Hi, we are the developers of Polyglots, a new multilingual video game that teaches gamers of all ages how to think, speak, and survive in the treacherous world of polyglots. My name's Maddie, and my partners Chris and Nicole will be introducing you to our product through the lens of each of our expertise. Today I'll be talking about the social and economic benefits of the product and its place in the market. As a social researcher who specializes in community behavior on digital platforms, I will delve into the unique features of our product that set it apart from other products that are currently on the market. But first, let's discuss some of the barriers of learning a second language. Learning a second language is an ambitious undertaking. For some people, they simply do not have the resources. The textbooks they have are outdated, and there's no class in their area, or it's just not within their budget. For other people, the content is just too dense, and therefore they easily lose motivation, or the level of language that they're trying to learn is just far too difficult to learn by themselves. Many people get discouraged by the rote memorization of vocabulary, the confusing conjugation and grammatical rules, as well as the spelling and pronunciation. But there are so many benefits to learning a second language that are both social and economic. So what is the value of being bilingual? In today's economy, international markets and business, learning a second language is its own currency. Careers in international business have a higher economic return. Knowing another language really gives you a competitive edge when applying for a job and increases your job opportunities by a substantial margin. According to an economist study, learning a second language can total an extra lifetime earning of $170,000, including compound interest. The U.S. Committee on Economic Development suggests that American businesses lose more than $2 billion a year because of language barriers or cultural misunderstandings. So learning a second language is a valuable skill that is not only culturally enriching, but also professionally advantageous. In developing our game Polyglots, our mission was simple: to make language learning fun, memorable, and effortless. When playing a video game, you are using parts of your brain that you don't normally use, the deep synapses sparking problem-solving parts of the brain. On our platform, learning different parts of another language is like solving a big puzzle. You engage more active parts of your brain while learning as part of a community of other language learners. Speaking of which, what are the cognitive benefits of learning a second language? Neurologists have found that being bilingual is a constant brain exercise. So it delays the onset of age-related brain disorders, and it helps you develop better executive skills. On average, people will spend $500 on a language learning software, but up to $4,000 on full immersion classes. This reveals a potentially large market share for an affordable platform to enter the current market, and willing consumers for a number of these segments that we hope to market to. Through our main markets, though our main markets are ESL students, international business workers, and retirees, we also hope to have a robust European market. According to a recent Pew study, learning a second language in Europe is a must. There's a lot of room in the language software market to grow, and we hope to be part of that growth. Now I hand things off to Chris to discuss more about the gaming industry, its growth, and the exciting world of polyglots.
Thanks, Maddie. Hi guys, I'm Chris Schmidt. I'm here to talk about the development of video games in the past couple of years and why it'd be a smart choice to actually use a video game that actually teaches people a different language. Could just benefit anybody, especially the developers and even the people playing it. Now, I just wanted to say, what kind of person hasn't found some kind of video game somewhere that they enjoy playing? Either it be The Sims, either it be Counter-Strike Go, either it be Grand Theft Auto, or any games in between, indie games, anything. Now, video games are the type of thing that people love to play, that people love to interact with, and it's always something that you can really get into and really focus on, no matter like how hard it is, how easy it is. If you really love the game, you're going to want to play it all the time, and you're going to want to really learn about it. Now, having a game that actually teaches languages, that's actually kind of genius, because it takes the element of a video game where people are having fun, people are trying to challenge themselves and beat this next level or do something else, and you know, it lets you learn a language as you have that fun element into that video game industry. Now, not only is it smart to have a language-based game that, you know, a video game that teaches people a different language where they can learn fluently and they can learn faster and more excited and more, you know, at a faster rate because you're still having fun while you're playing. It's still a great and booming industry, and it's only going up, and it only will go up, which is also a very exciting thing. Even in the 2015 year, they had projected that they were going to do over $100 billion, and they actually went over $111 billion for that year for video games alone. I mean, that's a lot of chunk of change to say that video games are actually growing in price. They're growing in popularity, and everybody seems to want some kind of video game that they can play and enjoy in their free time, or if they're studying or doing anything like that, because it can take your mind off of certain things and do other things like that. But that's also another great thing to have as a learning-based video game, is you can be in that industry and you can see your profits go up. But not only the profits, but helping the people with this kind of type of game. I mean, it's really kind of more of an enjoying thing to be able to bring a game to people that they can have fun and learn at the same time, and they can, you know, be just focused on learning that language, whatever it may be, whatever they want to learn. And Polyglots is just a really, really good idea, and we're bringing it to you guys. The thing is, it's pretty much any age can play this game. You know, anybody that wants to learn language. It's really, it's not gonna essentially be a high graphics game. It doesn't need to be. We want to make it so, you know, everybody that doesn't have, say, a souped up great video card or a great processor or any of those things that you need for a great gaming PC, you really don't need them for this game, because we want to be able to have everybody play it on any type of system that they can, either be PC, either be PlayStation 4, Xbox One, anything, so people can all collectively come together and play the game and learn from it. So it's not really going to be a problem of somebody not having access to it because they have a slow computer or anything like that. And we even talked about maybe implementing an Android or iOS Apple system game, where it won't be the entire game, obviously, because it'll be on a handheld device, but it'll still have those elements and still help you teach things. But it's pretty much the industry that we wanted to go into with Polyglots for this video game learning language video game. It's just probably the best idea, because the industry is growing at such a good rate, and it'll keep on growing, and people will want to play those games. So now I'm going to hand it over to Nicole and see what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Nicole Valencia, and I will be going over the marketing side of Polyglots. Before I go over the facts, I just want you to think back to when you were in school. As a kid, what made learning more fun? The day your teacher set up a review before a test with a game of Jeopardy? Or when you went over the study guide in your textbook? Which proved more effective? Most likely the game, right? At least, that's how it was for me. So why are educators using games as a learning tool? Educators are using games for learning to keep their students engaged. Success in the 21st century depends on education that treats higher order skills, like the ability to think, solve complex problems, or interact critically through language and media. Students need a lot of practice to internalize important vocabulary and structures. For practice to be meaningful, students must be engaged. This is where the games prove more successful than workbooks and textbooks. Games are a good way to actively focus their attention and immerse them into the language. Video games are well suited for individualized learning since every student is different. The games allow students to learn at their own pace. So what is the field for game-based learning? Is it growing? Yeah, the game-based learning field is growing. It's actually a pretty big market. The expected market growth of game-based learning is expected to reach $1,707 billion in 2017 and $5,505 billion in 2018. That is a huge difference. The biggest market for gaming education is in the United States, then followed by Europe. Big surprise, right? According to a study by eLearning Industry, 79% of the participants said that they would be more productive and motivated if their learning environment was more like a game. It makes complete sense. Now I want to talk to you about Polyglot's target market. So our target market is school administrators. If you reach out to school administrators who go into the curriculum, if we can get polyglots in there, I think that we could help so many students around the world. Kids that range from kindergarten through 12th grade. Polyglots will also target the parent and even guardian market so that every family-oriented household will have our game as part of their family fun. Polyglots will target PC users, console users such as Xbox, PlayStation, Wii, Nintendo, and of course application users, giving our market a wide range for growth. Apps are huge these days, so if you are able to download this learning game onto your phone, you can take it anywhere. Doesn't need cords to be connected to a TV or anything like that. You can just play whenever you want in your free time and for 5 minutes, and you can be on the learning track. What is our marketing strategy? Polyglots will use channels such as television commercials. We will have ads on the internet to reach our market. Since we are media based, it just seems right to go all through media. Polyglots will also be using sources on social media, which is the new thing right now. Everyone uses Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to create branding using hashtags, photos, and videos for our followers. Polyglots will also be available for purchase through local stores such as Best Buy and Target. They'll also be available for download, as I said earlier, through sources such as iTunes and Google Play, giving gamers easy access to our game. So next time you think about learning a new language, I hope that you think about polyglots. We are the fun new way to learn, and we hope to hear from you soon and have you be part of our team. Thank you. Have a great day.